What's up, old school homies? Today we're going to talk about different engine oil weights. Now, they call it engine oil weights, but they refer to the viscosity of the oil. How thick is the oil? The higher the number, the more thick. But why is it a two-number system? Well, that's what people don't really understand. The first part is the cold number. The second part is the hot number. So the hot number is less important because after the engine is warm, the engine has warm metal parts. They don't chip apart, they don't scratch up that easily. There's enough engine oil running through your engine to lubricate it, so it's less important. What's really important for people to understand is the first number, and the second number you can raise it beyond the recommendations of the manual in your car as your engine gets worn out. You just use thicker oil so that you can seal up all the seals that are leaking, and that's the second number. So the first number refers to the cold startup number. They call it the cold number, the cold startup number, because it's about when your engine's cold. And that's important for engineers to focus on. They need to understand, is this oil going to move all the way around the engine and coat all of the engine's parts easily? Or is it going to be a really thick oil where I can't get it to all the parts because it's so thick, it's pushing something like syrup through a straw? And that's what you get. You don't get protection to the entire engine during startup. Think about it. As your engine drains all of the oil from the heads and the pistons and the piston walls, it goes into the oil pan. When you start your engine, it goes through oil passages through all of your crankshaft journals, your camshaft journals, out of your rods, and it goes everywhere. There's lots of oil passages, but they're about this big. And if you start your engine with really thick oil, or it's too cold outside and you got too thick of oil, you're going to wait for your oil to warm up to start protecting your engine. Now, I've heard V12 engines start up and starve for oil on the back, maybe 2 to 4 cylinders, and they go clack, 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 and they silent. But it takes a while for them to get any oil, so I've actually heard it with my own ears. Engines starving for oil. And it doesn't sound good. It sounds like they're wearing out. So use the correct startup number, the cold number, the first number. I wouldn't go all the way down to zero weight, because as you lower that number, you're lowering the viscosity of the oil. And zero weight oil is not very viscous. And it's being kind of shunned as wearing out engines a little faster. Now, if you want to ride the other side of the fence and you're like, I'm in extremely hot temperatures like Arizona or California, then you can actually step up your first number of your engine oil weight. And some people think you afford more protection. I personally think you should run what you're supposed to, so that the seals don't have to seal any harder than they already did. Put pressure on the piston rings and, make the engine work harder than it's supposed to. You only raise the engine oil's weight as your engine wears out.